Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2024 Italian Grand Prix live from Monza. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then do get yourself subscribed. Please do drop me a like as well on the stream. It helps the stream get noticed and hopefully one of these days will get pushed out to the masses. But until then, thank you all for being in the stream. And yeah, we've got a little bit of a build-up before the race start. I was going to go live at 2:45, but I thought I've scheduled it for 1:30. You know, you made your bed lie in it. So here I am. Here we go. Bit of a build-up before the race starts. And it is McLaren on the front row after a fantastic performance. Yet again, McLaren proving that they are the team to beat in the second half of this season, or indeed since, I don't know, yeah, it's probably around mid-season. McLaren have stated their claim to being the team to beat. Unfortunately, in the first half of the season, Verstappen did build up an 80-point lead in the championship, so now McLaren have got to sort of eat away at that. But today is a massive day for that. Today is a massive day for Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri and McLaren as a team to take a big chunk out of Max Verstappen and indeed Red Bull's lead in the Constructors' Championship, which is where all the money is. But it's in terms of glory and history, it is about the Drivers' Championship, and Lando Norris being 70 points behind, there or thereabouts, and with him starting on pole position and Max Verstappen starting only 7th. Now, that's where he starts. That's probably not where he'll finish. He'll come through a little bit. He might end up on the podium, but if they can get a McLaren 1-2, well, never mind the if. They have to secure the 1-2 today, McLaren, if they've got any chance. You know, Piastri, it makes it more complicated if Piastri leads into turn 1 for everybody. Realistically, what McLaren will want is Norris and Piastri in that order coming out of turn 2 and then secure the bag. And then it's just about Piastri's rear gunner, you know, let Lando Norris drive off into the sunset, and for them, sort of keep an eye on Max. How's he developing? But yeah, big day in the championship today. Seriously, a big day in the championship. I know we're nowhere near the end of the season, still another 8 to go, but this is a big day in the championship, this. Because if McLaren do secure the 1-2 and Verstappen's maybe, let's say, not on the podium, it's a big turnaround in points. It's a big turnaround in points, and that is the only thing. That is the sole purpose now for Lando Norris and McLaren. They have to start chipping away big time at that 70-point advantage, because the races are going to run out quick. But yeah, welcome to the stream, and yeah, welcome in. Daniel Davis is in as well. Everybody who, as you know, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, everybody that types a message in live chat today will be entered into the round. I think it'll be round 16 of the Viewers' Championship, which I'll probably do late on Monday night. You know, it's going to be late again. It's going to be, I'm going to do some practice this afternoon. You know, I'm not finishing last again. No, I'm not finishing. I know I was well off the pacings, but I'm not finishing last again. So I'm going to be doing some practice this afternoon. Then expect probably 11 p.m. Viewers' Championship race tomorrow night. That's the way it's looking. So get yourself in live chat to be entered into that. We've already got Dan in the race, Mitch Chapman as well. Welcome in. I think you missed the last race, Mitch. I think you and Carl both missed round 15. So there's been a couple of drivers, Daniel Davis especially, has really had the rub of the green. I think he's won 3 out of the last 4, which is, you know, get your lottery numbers on, Dan, because you've got more chance of winning that than you have 3 out of 4 in this championship when it's completely random. But yeah, the odds would be about the same. So get your lottery numbers in, mate, because it's been an unbelievable run. So yeah, Mitch, you're back in for round 16. Todd's in as well. Welcome to the stream, Todd. Suede in as well. Regular viewer of the channel now, Suede. And you know, you missed a few races, but you're back in. You're back into the championship. I think you're knocking on the door of top 15 as well in the viewers thing. CL2's in as well, another regular viewer. But yeah, I'm doing good, Todd. How are you? Well, doing good. I mean, I'm absolutely... I was trying to put a brave face on it, but I'm absolutely ruined. But every great night has its price the next morning, doesn't it? So I'm paying the price. It's a good job this race is at 2 p.m. and not midday, else it might never have happened. So yeah, I'm well to a certain extent. Yeah, I'm well enough to sit here and talk about Formula One for a couple of hours and not a lot else today. That'll be about my lot. I'll probably after this I'll probably slump back into bed and watch United Liverpool just with one eye open, and when Liverpool go 2-0 up, it'll be two eyes. It'll be no eyes open. In other words, but yeah, I'm here. We scrape through. But yeah, imagine if Max. Yeah, well, that's it, Dan. That's what it's about today. If Max finishes outside the top four, yeah, that's what McLaren really need. That, to be honest, to make it. You know, I said, Karen Chandok said in commentary the other day, he said, because I think it was Rachel, I can't remember her name, but the other commentator was saying that she was hyping up this championship battle. She was saying, Lando Norris is right in this now, we've got a two-man fight. And Karen Chandok kind of put the lid on it a little bit and said, well, no, it's not yet. It's not yet. He said, Max Verstappen needs a couple of DNFs. And I thought, a couple of DNFs? Yeah. Yeah, a couple of DNFs, Lando Norris is right there, and we get a last 6 race shootout where they're neck and neck on points. But I think one DNF, a solitary mistake or issue for Max Verstappen, and I think it's game on. I don't think it's going to take 2 DNFs. 2 DNFs, you know, then, you know... we've got a run in for the championship like 2021 if Max Verstappen doesn't finish the next 2 races. But I feel like we do need, and then even on the days where Max finishes strong, McLaren need to beat him anyway. It's a tough ask. It's a tough ask for McLaren to beat him every single race. But it's looking possible. It's looking possible. But yeah, if Max is 4th and you've got a McLaren 1-2, I mean, they'll be thereabouts in terms of Constructors' Championship as well. So you got to think about that. Sean's non-existent airline. Oh my God, I've got to literally type that name out now for the Viewers' Championship. I'm gonna be there, and it's gonna be Dan. And it's going to be Loz, and it's going to be Kim, and it's going to be CL2, and then I'm going to have to type out Sean's non-existent airline. But you have got a seat. You have got a seat. Whoever you are. I don't know who you are. But you're a hairline that doesn't exist. But you're in anyway. I've seen you dipping about Denver's streams and Jam's streams, so I know you're about. Welcome in. All the same. They'll do Lando through this time. What? They will Lando through this time. What do you mean? They'll let him through? I think if Piastri's in the lead, I just told Denver actually. I told Denver, I said, because Denver's was looking at betting on this race yesterday. He was looking at all the odds, so I was looking at all the odds with him. And he was like, oh, Piastri, I want to get on Piastri. But I've just messaged him now. I said, don't bother. Well, I'll watch Piastri win the race now, but you know, shit happens, doesn't it? But I told him, don't bother, because there is a good chance that team orders will come into play if Oscar Piastri is leading this race and Norris is breathing down his neck. There might be a couple of radio messages to Oscar Piastri's car saying, you know what I'm going to tell you. It's sort of a vibe, because I think Oscar Piastri is just too far away to be in the championship fight. And Lando Norris is on the cusp of being in it. So they've got to do what they've got to do. So I wouldn't be betting on Oscar Piastri to win this. Unless there's another car in between. It's Oscar Piastri and then, like, you know, Russell and then Norris. Well, then you can't move him out of the way. But a lot of if, buts and maybes. You'll be chasing me. Oh, at this circuit. Yeah, I'm determined to put on a good performance. Because the thing is, I've been last for about the last 4 or 5 races. So I'm not being last again. McLaren has a tendency of letting Piastri down. They do. Silverstone was a perfect example of that. Piastri should have won that race. And I think they screwed him over twice on both pit stops. They screwed Piastri over, leaving him out too long in the rain on slick tyres, and then leaving him out too long on the intermediates when the track had dried up. It was a mess, and it saw Piastri go from like first to sixth. So yeah, it's not great that. What else are we saying? Brave face, without a doubt, Kim. Yeah, you look up brave face in the dictionary, you get this stream. Spill the beans, cannot leave it there. On what? Last night. Oh, Kim was there. Sergeant, goodbye. I know, could have been a world champion, and we'll never know, will we? We'll never know, CL2. We'll never know, will we? Yeah. No, yeah. For those of you that don't know, that missed a stream yesterday, don't really follow this sport too closely, your boy Logan Sargent has been dropped. He's no longer a Formula One driver. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was the incident in Free Practice 3 in Zandvoort. They just put a load of new updates on the car, and Logan Sargent went out there, smashed it in the wall, and set the car on fire, and cost him 3 million or something like that. So I think that was it. And I think James Vowles put it very well. He said, at the beginning of the season, it was our responsibility to build a decent car. He says, now we've built a decent car, he's still nowhere near the points. And so at that point, you have to make the decision. And I fully agree with it. And do you know what? I really do rate James Vowles. I disagreed with him in Australia when they put Albon in Sargent's car, when Albon had crashed and the car wasn't fit to start. They put Albon in Sargent's car, which was a big call. And I didn't really agree with that at the time. But in general, I think James Vowles is a fantastic team principal. I really do think. I think he is amongst the best, if not the best, team principal. He's just got it together, and I believe in this Williams project. Listen, if I was Carlos Sainz, I'd have signed for them. I really do. You know, James Vowles sits you down and say, this is where the team heading. This is the plan. I reckon Carlos Sainz was sold a dream, mate, and I would also believe in it. I believe in a Williams project. I think this is the lowest point. I think next season, solid points contenders, and then from 2026, you never know. But yeah, national anthem's on. It is a banger of a national anthem as well, the Italian national anthem. So that's playing. So we're 15 minutes away. But yeah, Sargent's gone. Oh yeah, so Sargent's out, and he's been replaced by Williams Academy driver Franco Colapinto, Argentinian driver. I don't know much about him because I've not been watching F2 as much as I should have this season. I know he's 6th in the championship, Argentinian, from the Williams Young Driver Academy. He's bought $4.5 million in sponsorship money with him, so that's always going to get you the nod over someone who brings nothing. So yeah, Franco Colapinto in, so he's making his Grand Prix debut from 18th on the grid. There he is. So he's still out qualified, both Saubers. Sauber having an horrendous season. It was no eyes open at 4:15. Yeah, it was. I know. Calling the Hamilton P1 again, says Loz. Welcome to the Viewers' Championship as well. Yeah, from P6, it's not that outlandish, but yeah, Hamilton win would go insane. The Hamilton win, yeah. Get a pound on that. You'll be on your yacht in Monaco by next week. And I'll be covering your shifts. But yeah, Lando has passed him, won its game on. Yeah, you're honoured. Yeah, you're in it. Barry's in as well. Welcome to the stream, Barry. Let's see if Oscar lets Lando through then. Oh, he will do. He will do. Because Lando let Oscar through in Hungary. And you see that decision from Lando might very well pay dividends now. Because if Lando Norris had said, bollocks to you, bollocks to the world, and bollocks to what the team are telling me, and won the Hungarian Grand Prix, Oscar Piastri, he sat there going, there's no chance I'm letting him through today if I'm in the lead. And so, yeah, the decision, the decision from Lando Norris to actually sacrifice that race victory for the greater good, it all pays off in situations like this if Oscar Piastri it does happen to be leading, and now it's like, I did it for you, you know. Let's work as a team here, because I worked as a team in Hungary and I could have just disappeared off and won the race by 12 seconds, but I didn't. And so that's where now Oscar Piastri, the shoe be on the other foot. So you can't then, Oscar Piastri can't then disobey team orders and win anyway, because then you're just causing, you know, havoc that you don't need to cause. So I think he will, if he's told. So close to 600. I've been so close to 600 subs since the beginning of the season. Yeah. It's come to a standstill, unfortunately, subs wise. It's a shame, but yeah, it's come to a standstill. I think I've gained about a handful, less than a dozen this season. So yeah, for whatever reason, I think you're supposed to put a load of tags on the channel and put a load of tags on the stream to make it more discoverable, all that, but I don't even know how to do any of that. So the stream's invisible to people who aren't subscribed. That's my thinking. Anybody new trying to find this channel would have a job on their hands, put it that way. If they already don't know that I exist and they're trying to find an F1 stream, I think it's pretty much impossible to find this channel. So that's where the issue lies. And that's where the issue will probably continue to lie. So yeah, 600 subs by the end of the season, probably. But yes, Gojo Sensei, Zach, welcome to the stream. Welcome to another round of the Viewers Championship as well. Yeah, you will be entered in as you were last week. I think you got a good position as well. I think you was about 5th or 6th, so not bad. I believe the Audi project is already... Oh, you believe in the Audi project? I think that's 26, though, and it's not even next year, is it? So, like, Hulkenberg is going to Sauber, and he's going to have a year finishing, like, 19th, looking at this form, which is going to be a difficult year to... He's got to bridge that before Audi get on board. Now, I don't know if the kick stake deal runs out at the end of this year and it just goes back to being regular Sauber. I think that's what's happening before Audi come in. So yeah, it's going to be kind of an anonymous bridging the gap year for Hulkenberg and whoever is going to be his teammate. They've not announced that yet. I don't know whether Bottas is going to stay on, whether they're going to keep Bottas for the Audi project. Zhou Guanyu, he's been a bit anonymous, but maybe he brings Chinese sponsorship that they're going to want. I don't know. There was another channel talking about that Zhou Guanyu's the perfect fit for Audi. I was like, what? The guy's been anonymous since day dot. What do you mean he's a perfect fit? But yeah, financially could be the perfect fit. Hamilton or Norris for you? Who you got? I can't look at anything realistically beyond a McLaren 1-2. You know, maybe the Ferraris beat Russell. You know, maybe we have... If I was to sit here and have a guess now, McLaren 1-2, Ferrari 3-4, Mercedes, well, then Verstappen. Verstappen 5th. Oh, I don't know. No, because then you're talking Russell from 3rd to 6th, maybe. I don't know. That's the beauty of live sport, isn't it? But I can't look beyond a McLaren 1-2 really. But then it's about how quick's Verstappen in the race, how quick's Red Bull's race pace. You know, is Verstappen going to be past Hamilton and on the back of the Ferraris early doors? We'll find out. I can't wait to see what's happening. You're shouting at the TV. Oh, it's the Old Firm derby, isn't it? I think last I saw, Rangers are already 2-0 down, so I'm not surprised you're shouting at the telly on that one. Yes, Gav, welcome to the stream, bro. Back in the Viewers Championship as well, Gav. Thank you for being in. JJ's in as well. How we doing? So, yeah, a few people that have missed the previous few watch-alongs are all back in. So, big ups to everybody. Because the bigger the grid for Viewers Championship, the better the race. As long as I'm in the mix and I'm not 3 seconds a lap slower than everybody, which I shouldn't be in Monza. If I am, then... GG's. Piastri win. I know. I've spent about 10 minutes explaining why that's not really. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one going for the Piastri win. I think you're going to have to rely on Piastri in the lead and another car in second other than Norris. Because really, a McLaren, if it's a McLaren 1-2 with Piastri leading, Norris second, a McLaren really going to let that stand. There's going to be, you know what I mean? They're going to be on the pit wall and they're going to be looking at each other, the McLaren bosses, and they're going to be saying, we need to swap them. We need to swap them. It's going to be, it'd be uncomfortable and it'd be a little bit awkward, but it would also be necessary. So an Oscar Piastri win relies on a few different chess pieces moving around. That's not that likely. So I don't know about that. I mean, difficult one really. It's you're at the cusp of where McLaren now have to back the Lando Norris title charge. I think you're right on that cusp now. I think McLaren would have to do that now. So Piastri win, difficult. Flabby, are you about Verstappen, are you? Are you on a Verstappen mode? I suppose it's more interesting now to be a Verstappen fan. Yeah. I've not really considered that. But I suppose you've had it. A Verstappen fan could have slept through the last year and a half and just looked at the results and gone, yeah, he's won again, obviously. And then now I feel like if you're a Verstappen fan from May onwards this year, all of a sudden it's like, oh, what? Someone's racing him? What? Someone beat him? And it'd actually be quite interesting. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, come on then. Let's get stuck in. You know what I mean? Dig your heels in and win a championship with competition. Like he did in 2021, because what a hell of a championship that was. But yeah, 22, 23, next to no competition. He just cruised it, walked it. So, yeah, I suppose for Verstappen fans, if I was big Max Verstappen, I would relish the second half of this season. I'd be like, bring it on, Lando. Let's have a do. I'll tell you what, we get nervy towards the end of the year, though. Especially if McLaren start dipping 1-2s. Whew. Interesting one, though. Looking forward to the race tomorrow. Hey? Are we in a time machine early? Or is the race starting in 5 minutes? I don't know about no race tomorrow. Unless you're talking about horse race or something like that. Or am I in the wrong stream? Is it still Saturday and I'm just absolutely... What's going on here? Zhou Guanyu surrenders Audi seat to Valtteri Bottas in 2025 battle. Is that a headline you just made up on the spot, or is that legit? Oh, we're about to get this race underway. I can't believe I just... thanks all for being in chat, because it's got us through this first half an hour, hasn't it? Easy. You're here for the free beer? Well, you'll be looking for a good long while, because it's hard to do free beer on a YouTube channel. But good luck to you. Verstappen this year been flying till lap 12 and then the McLaren's tyres kick in. What, in this race, you mean? Be flying till lap 12. What tyres is everybody on? Well, we're going to find out soon enough. Yeah, we're going to find out soon enough what tyres everybody's in. Beer, don't even talk to me about any form of alcohol today, mate. No chance. Why are you here? To get yourself in the Viewers' Championship, Sean, and have a look at the race, mate. Yeah, get yourself in. That's why. Lifelong Verstappen fan here. Oh, my God. Lifelong? How long you been alive? 10 years. Oh, God. Right, you lifelong Verstappen fan then, Flabby G? No, you'll just go on Google if I ask you a question, won't you? So there's no point. Afternoon. Yes, Anthony, welcome in, bro. Your race. Oh, yeah. Hello, what race tomorrow? My race. I was like, there ain't no race on a Monday. Right, anyway, let's get into the grid lineup. So it's Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri Bottas from the back row of the grid. Franco Colapinto from P18. debutant in the Williams. It's Lance Stroll from P17. And we've got Yuki Tsunoda P16 on the grid. Esteban Ocon P15 for Alpine. Pierre Gasly P14 in the other Alpine. Kevin Magnussen P13. I think he had issues in qualifying. I don't know how he's qualified 13th, but what a job. Daniel Ricciardo from P12. It's then Fernando Alonso P11. Nico Hülkenberg. What a season he's having. Top 10 again on the grid for the German. It's then Alexander Albon P9. Sergio Perez Mendoza P8 is then Max Emilian Verstappen P7. Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton. I don't know why I'm going for the full name with the middle names. But yeah, Hamilton from P6, Carlos Sainz from P5, Charles Percival Leclerc P4, and then George Russell P3, Oscar Piastri P2, and Lando Norris on pole position for the 2024 Italian Grand Prix. Who's up for a race? Let's have a do. JJ, you feeling better? JJ been ill? What? Sean's talking about the other Sean non-existent airline. Oh my god. Sean versus Sean's non-existent airline, bro. What a you'll win the viewers race easy. You're not in control of it, Sean, and neither am I. It's on a random team, mate. So yeah. In fact, for next year, what I'll do is I will try and introduce something so that you have some sort of control somehow. I don't know. You know, like Jamser has like the points thing where you can bet points and you know, he's got the heists and the little like things like that on stream. I'll have to do like a viewers championship version of that. And so you sort of like betting points, and then the more points you've got, the better your driver will be in the race, maybe something like that. So at least then it's not 100% random. There'll be some sort of reward for maybe predicting races well, or getting lucky, or I don't know. So I'm going to change it up a little bit next season so that it's not complete, so it's not 100% out of your control. So there's at least a little bit of reward for doing something. You know what I mean? You get a faster car if you've predicted the race winner, or if you know, done something with the points in chat, or so I'll think of something. I've got 9 months to think of it, but we'll do. I'll improve it. But I think it's a good idea though. Gets everyone involved, bit of interactivity and all that. But yeah, the downside is though, it's there's no merit to it. You know, you could be in every single race and never win one. So you're in every single stream, but then you don't get the reward for that. So, and then someone could just be in one stream and win the race and be ahead of you in the championship. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're on the formation lap, so enough about the viewers thing. Another Norris start. Norris couldn't afford. Norris couldn't start. Well, this is it. And pole positions on the outside, which I brought up as an issue yesterday as well. Yeah, the pole position being on the outside, I wouldn't like that if I was on pole position, put it that way. And I don't care being on the racing line with a little bit more grip. I prefer, if I was racing, I want pole position on the inside. I don't care. Yeah. Let the guy have the better grip on the outside. I've got the inside line going into turn one. Let him go around the outside of me is what I say. Yeah, exactly, Gav. That's what I'm thinking, innit? It sounds good. So that then at least you've got a bit of like, you can, there's something to build up to, or I don't know. So it's not 100% random. You know, there's some sort of merit to it. That's what I want to do for next year. But anyway, got a long way to go before we get there. But or you get one response of your overall for a certain amount of coins. You load up. Yeah, we'll have to brainstorm it, guys. We'll have to brainstorm it, because I'll come up with a better. It'll be a better version of the Viewers' Championship next year. You know, I build on the idea. This is just year one of it, you know. So you can always improve. One re-roll. Yeah, one re-roll or something like that. Or you could like buy re-rolls. Where, yeah, something like that, yeah. Penalty. Oh. For who? Verstappen? Is there no form of dream team for F1? What, like an F1, like the F1 game? I don't like it. Norris for the win, says Todd. No one. Right. We're getting into this now. We're lining up on the grid. Well, that half an hour's gone quick, actually. I thought, oh, God, half an hour. How am I going to talk my way through this? F1, free F1 tickets. Well, yeah, what, if you win the Viewers' Championship? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to give away like £1,000. Yeah, free F1 tickets to the Monaco Grand Prix. Harbour front seats. No, mate. Time flies, you have fun. Well, exactly. No, I appreciate everyone being in chat. Keeps it going. Right, here we go. We're on the grid. We are on the grid. Keep you updated with the Chelsea score. Yeah, someone will. It won't be me. Let's go racing. Here we go, mate. You're going to give away a ticket to Hungary. Oh, yeah. 80 quid tickets. Still a lot, though, isn't it? When I'm not making any money from the channel. Anything to give away is a net loss. Nah, it's all for the fun, though, isn't it? It's all for the fun. Right, come on then. Who's up for a race in Monza, the theatre of speed? Your man's waving his green flag at the back. That means only one thing. Here we go then. It's Norris on the right, Piastri on the left. And away we go for the 2024 Italian Grand Prix. And Norris has got the lead. He's covered off Verstappen. Covered off Norris straight away. Look at this then. Piastri's trying round the outside and Russell's gone off. Russell's gone straight on. And the chicane, he's going to have to let them all back through. But Russell locked up. I don't know if there's any contact. But Norris leads him away from Piastri and then the two Ferraris. And now, look at this then. Russell and Hamilton are side by side round the curve of Grandi. And Max Verstappen's in the mix. And the McLarens go side by side into the second chicane. Oh, Piastri's gone round. Oh, Piastri shoved him out of the way. Piastri forcibly takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix and Norris is on the back foot. Oh my goodness me, Oscar Piastri has absolutely thrown a spanner in the works here. Denver, I've done you a madness. You should have got the bet on. Oscar Piastri has absolutely gone for it here. Piastri leads from Leclerc, Norris down to third, then Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, and then Russell. And look at them all on the grass, on the entry into the Ascari chicane. What is going on? But Oscar Piastri round the outside of the second chicane. I did not have that as a possible scenario today. Piastri has taken this race by the scruff of the neck. I can't believe that he did that. That is the move of the season. That's the overtake of the season right there. That is the overtake of the season right there. Oscar Piastri going round the outside of Lando Norris at the second chicane in Monza is the moment of the season so far. I don't care. Call it what you want. Overtake moment, highlight of the season so far. What a move. I would never I'd have thought they'd have played it nice and safe. Let Norris have the lead. Play it happy families. Not a bit of it. And now you've got a Ferrari in between them as well. Oh my God, bro. I might have done Denver out of thousands of pounds here. I just sent him a voice message half an hour ago going, don't bet on Piastri. No chance. I did not see this as a scenario at the end of lap one. Look at how fast Leclerc's looking. Leclerc's looking quick. What is this? If Hamilton takes the lead, are you dipping? Oh, you no worry, no threat of that. He's down in P5. The end of lap 2. Oscar Piastri leads him across the line. Charles Leclerc's got good pace. He's keeping up. Then there's a little bit of a gap to then in Norris, Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell, Perez, Albon, Alonso. Top 10. Then you've got Ricciardo, Magnussen, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Stroll, Bottas and Zhou at the back. But Oscar Piastri with the move of the season on his teammate. No team orders there, was there? He's like, you can sling your championship battle. I'm having the lead. Maybe in Oscar Piastri's mind, it's sort of like now or never in terms of if I don't beat Lando Norris today, they'll never let me beat him again until Christmas. Maybe in Oscar Piastri's mind, it's sort of like a last gasp where, you know, if for example, if Norris had beaten Piastri today, then it's definitely favouring Norris for the rest of the season. That's definitely the way it would go. Oh, my skybox is not liking this sudden downpour in weather. Yeah, my skybox is struggling here, so apologies if the commentary's a bit struggling as well. It seems to be all right now. All of a sudden, it's just been like, yeah, my satellite dish is not liking this weather at the minute, but we'll get through it. If Hamilton takes the lead, yeah, I already said that. A terrible start for Russell after that mistake. I know Russell just went straight on. Oh, what is going on here? This channel is currently affected by a problem with your satellite. Say brilliant. Brilliant. We haven't got the race on. So now what? Love Island weather there. You have to turn it off or you they 3-0 down. Let me try the old off and on again. Yeah, no, we just had this. The heavens have opened here. Here we go. It's back. Thank God. It's bare right here. Nah, we're on full like monsoon. It's come back on now. Thank God for that. Yeah, no, we're on full monsoon here, and the sky dish has just gone. I don't like it, Brev. I can't believe we're watching a replay of Piastri going round the outside of Norris, and it is the move of the season. Unbelievable. How did they not? I mean, they come so close to colliding as well. And look at Leclerc's opportunistic move as well down the inside and up into second. But I'll tell you what, Leclerc is keeping up with Piastri here. Leclerc's still in this. Is in this in a big way for the win. Oh, look at that then. Hülkenberg was forced wide on the entry into Ascari, kicked up all the dirt, and then everybody else drove through it. And wow, Hülkenberg was on the full Tokyo drift coming into the Ascari chicane on lap 1. And that, oh, George Russell's got a bit of damage. Yeah, George Russell's got his front end plate of the right-hand side end plate of the front wing hanging off. So George Russell's not going to be winning this one, put it that way. Oh, yeah, we're on full storm settings here. Flash of lightning. No wonder the satellite dish was playing havoc. Jesus. Can you hear that? Can you hear that thunder? This is it. This weather here now, this marks the end of summer, doesn't it? Yeah. Marks the end. Mate, honestly. No wonder the pictures went off the TV for a minute. Nice and sunny. Yeah, that's not going to last, Gav. It's on its way, this. Kim, you recommend using fire for a quick and semi-permanent solution to your grass problem? You heard the thunder? Yeah, man. It's shaking the house. I was like, oh my God, it's a dish. I was thinking, my God, the satellite, the sky dish has fallen off the wall outside. I was like, I was thinking I'm going to sit here now and bridge 50 laps with no pictures. But we're all right. We're still all right. We're looking at a replay of Hülkenberg just absolutely going. Why is Hülkenberg just slapped into the side of Tsunoda there? No. It's got to be a penalty for Nico Hülkenberg, that. He's just locked up and driven into the side of Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah, no. He tried it, but Slam dunk penalty, in my opinion, for Nico Hülkenberg on that one. Going into turn one, down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda, locks the brakes, turns in, the car goes straight on, bang, straight into the side of the RB. Nah. So what's going on here? So Piastri leads, but only by half a second. Leclerc's right behind him. Ferrari have got a good pace here. I mean, to state the obvious, but it's surprising me. It's surprising me how on it Ferrari are here. You know, they're in the shout. They're in the fight to win this, and I didn't expect that. Especially, you know, when was the last time Ferrari had been in the mix to win a race? Monaco? They've sort of been third, fourth fastest team since then. So this is a surprise. Leclerc now is just on the cusp of being within DRS or not. Just on that second behind Piastri. Norris, a second and a half behind Leclerc. So Norris is out of DRS. Then Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen still in sixth. So I'll be keeping an eye on that progress. But Verstappen only up one position. But the thing is, they've come together because Norris is dropped 3. Max has dropped 2. Max has made up a position. So all of a sudden, this massive, you know, potentially big point swing in the championship is now all of a sudden half of that. Which is not what Lando needs, obviously, with 8 races to go in the championship. He's losing positions. Max is making positions. Wow. Can't wait to see you live in Japan next season. I know, I've got to make that happen, Anna. I've got to make that happen. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, that. And if I pass it up, I'll regret it forever. Yeah, I'll be there. You reckon lap 12 to 13 McLaren's will be on fire? What do you mean by that? Actually on fire? Or figuratively on fire? Because I hope it's not an actual fire. Assa's forgot the tyres. What do you mean? I've missed something here. Look at this. Charles Leclerc is not being dropped. He is in the fight. And I will just mention as well, Charles Leclerc had a hell of a race in Zandvoort as well. He had no right to finish on that podium. That car, you know, fair play to the Ferrari drivers. They're getting the absolute maximum out of that car, you know. And for Ferrari to be second and fourth here, and comfortably second and fourth, is what a job. Here we go. We're on board with Esteban Ocon on his teammate, is it? The two Alpines go side by side into turn one, and Ocon's got the position MP13. So Piastri leads lap 9 of 53. Piastri leads by not a second yet. Not a second yet. Leclerc's still in the chat. And Norris has dropped off the back of the top two a little bit. And so Verstappen and Perez, both Red Bulls are on the hard tyre then. So the top 6 are on the medium. Red Bull are going long on the hard tyre. So that's why Verstappen's not, you know, got phenomenal pace in the opening stint there, because he's going long. Or at least that's plan A for them. So yeah, Red Bull on the hard tyres. We've also got Ocon, Stroll, Bottas and Hülkenberg on the hard as well. And everybody else is on the medium. So yeah, Verstappen and Perez on the hard is the sort of the opposing strategy, shall we say, which I have only just realised. For Hülkenberg's pit stop. Well, what did he do? Oh yeah, he's 31 seconds off the back. Oh, was it a slow pit stop, was it? The only thing I like that's green, nice and lush. The best lineup is Latifi Sargent. Yeah, you know what's funny? You could do that as a line. An 11th team can join the grid now and have that as a lineup if they want. They're both out of contract. Latifi Sargent lineup. Horrendous. I mean, no disrespect to Logan Sargent. He'll probably have a good career in IndyCar or World Endurance Championship but he wasn't quite cut out for Formula One. It is what it is. You can't win them all. Not everybody that turns up is going to set the world on fire. Why Red Bull so far back? Did they have a penalty? No. No. It's just that preconception that you've got in your mind, Gav, that Red Bull are this unbeatable machine of a car where they're just 1-2 at every race. Forget that. Erase that from your brain. McLaren are quicker, Ferrari are quicker, and Mercedes are there or thereabouts. Oh, look at this. Perez versus Russell. And Perez takes Russell for P7. So, yeah, Gav, it's all changed. And so Red Bull are no longer the dominant force in Formula One. So where they qualified, what did they qualify? 7th and 8th is legitimately where they are. At this circuit, at this weekend, that is the pace of their car. McLaren are quicker, Ferrari are quicker, Mercedes are in the mix, and that's just what's happened. And that's why all of a sudden I'm much more enthusiastic about Formula One than I was probably in April. Because now we're actually getting some different winners and a different flavour for once. So yeah, no penalties, just not dominant anymore. So get in. Let's have a good end of the season. I think it was Salty Dog or someone else said in the last stream, the days of Max Verstappen disappearing into the sunset and winning by 30 seconds is over. And I pinned that comment on the air. And thank God for that. Those days are gone. It's over. And they couldn't have come soon enough. Newcastle 1-0 up. Warm and sunny. We're on full storm here. Sergeant Gunn. I'm not even going to read that, Anthony. I've not heard that one before. It's a new one on me. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. Simon, welcome to the stream, dude. If Norris does get behind Piastri, will they swap them late in the race? Yes. Yes. But as long as Charles Leclerc is in between them, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do. Charles Leclerc is the fly in the ointment here for McLaren. For the rest of us, it makes it very interesting, more interesting than it otherwise would have been. But for McLaren, yeah, Leclerc is not supposed to be there. This was not the plan. This is not plan A for McLaren. In fact, it's not even plan B for McLaren. This is a plan C, this. You've got Piastri leading and Norris down to third. Oh God, no, that's not. I mean, it's good in a way. It's good. There's still McLaren is still leading the race, so it's not a disaster for McLaren. But it's not Plan A either. It's an awkward Plan C. This where it's like, oh, what do we do now? We've got Charles Leclerc in the way. They need to get Norris past Leclerc basically, ASAP. But the fact we're up to the first pit stops and that's not happened is very interesting for McLaren and Ferrari. Ferrari got the pace. Although having said that, Leclerc is now dropped back a little bit. It's 2.5 seconds off Piastri and Norris is getting towards DRS range. So, yeah, maybe it's starting to fall away. But if Norris gets up to P2, then the writing will be on the wall, I think. Yuki's cursing Monza. You see, these are the sort of things that I would never realise or pay attention to. But as you are an encyclopedia of knowledge, you know these things. 2021 did not start. 2022, 14. 2023 did. How are you storing this information in your brain? What's not? For you to have this kind of information, what have you not got in your head? You know what I mean? Something's got to give. You can't have all this at F1. Oh, Lando Norris went a little bit wide at the exit of the second Lesmo and dipped a couple of wheels into the gravel. Snap of oversteer, gets away with it, but look at all the gravel on the track. Norris is hunting down Leclerc now. He's just entered within DRS range now. So Norris is now closing down Charles Leclerc. Lap 13. Yeah, lap 14 now. Yeah, Norris, yeah, Norris is on the charge here. Will it get done? Will the job be done now? Box to overtake, right, they're undercutting. Nah, it's the right decision. They're undercutting Charles Leclerc. And like I say every week, right, now Ferrari have got a decision to make. Because Lando Norris is pulling the undercut on Charles Leclerc here. He's in the pits at the end of lap 14. Now the ball is in Ferrari's court. And I always say, sometimes rightly, sometimes wrongly, I always say react to the pit stop. React to the pit stop. I would respond, and Ted Kravitz is now on the broadcast saying, oh, are Ferrari going to respond? I'm responding every single time to an undercut. And even though you might lose out immediately on track position sometimes, going long is throwing up a complication that you don't need, in my opinion. But sometimes it works, obviously. But yeah, Ferrari got the decision to make. Lando Norris has dived into the pits. He's back out. He's on his fresh set of hard tyres. That'll see him through to the end, I think. Is this a one-stop race? Probably, isn't it? I didn't see the strategy options, but I'd imagine that how many laps is left then? 30, 37, 36 laps or something. They'll do that on a hard tyre, won't they? It'll be a one-stop. But I don't like one-stop races. I think every race should be at least two-stop. Three's too much chaos and you can't keep track of it. Two-stop race is the sweet spot. A one-stop, there's not enough strategy involved. But yeah, so Leclerc and Hamilton are both in then at the end of lap 15. So Leclerc has responded. There's your answer. Leclerc and Ferrari have responded to the Norris undercut immediately. And I always back that. And I know, listen, Leclerc's lost the position. But it's better doing that than trying to, I'm going to eke out the tyres. You could end up losing a lot more than what you think you're going to gain. So there you go then. So the bottom line here is Norris has undercut Leclerc and made it work. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But that's what's happened. Norris has effectively just got second place off Charles Leclerc. Because you've got Sainz, Verstappen, Perez and Albon haven't stopped yet. So, and Piastri as well. So, yeah, Norris is effectively now second. Which is where the Piastri... It won't happen yet, but as the race wears on, it could get interesting for McLaren. Albon fifth, yeah. It won't last long. He's yet to stop, Gav, so it's not a legitimate fifth. It's everybody else is pitted apart from me fifth. If you get what I mean. So Piastri pits from the lead, and is now... There's a nice, swift pit stop, that. And he's now at the end of the pit lane. Here we go, then. And Piastri back out into the race in the lead. But now we have got an interesting scenario. So you've got Albon. Albon's up into... Yeah, Albon's fifth. Sainz leads the Grand Prix. Come on, Ernesto. Where are you? Yeah, no, but Charles, you have to react to it. I don't, because Charles going long doesn't work. You know, Leclerc coming on team radio saying, why are we pitting when we've been undercut? Listen, you've already been beaten if you've been undercut, so you might as well just take the pain the next lap rather than try and go down a plan B that you don't know anything about. So it is what it is. The second you get undercut, it's over. You've lost the position. So yeah, but then the caveat to that is you don't want to pit too soon. So difficult balance. But Norris has got the job done and is going to be we are effectively looking at a McLaren 1-2 with Piastri in the lead. So we've got Alexander Albon in the way at the minute, but he's going to pit now, surely. So Albon pits. So now it becomes one of those races where this could get awkward really quick, because you're now going to have Piastri leading Norris, with Norris on the cusp of being in a championship fight. And this will be interesting what happens from here on in. Yeah, Oscar, can you slow up to let Lando pass? What? Hey, what? Sorry, can't hear you. Well, I know. Well, Lando tried pulling that card in Hungary, but in the end, like I said before the race started, Lando Norris did do the right thing and did let Oscar Piastri through in Hungary, so he'll be hoping for a similar kindness, let's say. You know, I did it for you, now it's your turn to do it for me. So Daniel Ricciardo, slow pit stop then. What's going on? Oh, what has happened to Daniel Ricciardo with all these penalties? Charles Leclerc, fastest lap. Come on then. If Charles is beats both McLarens and wins the race at home, that would be juicy. That would be good. That I would like that. If Leclerc goes and overtakes both McLarens and wins the Italian Grand Prix at home, he might as well get out of the car and just go. That would be too good to be true. I'd love to see that. Yes, Salty Dog, welcome to the stream, bro. How we doing, mate? Welcome in. Do you know what? We've not had any incidents or safety cars or virtual safety cars for a long time, have we? When was the last time we had like a safety car? I don't even remember. Has there been one this season? There must have been, but there's been a fair few clean races, though. Surely at least 6 or 7 races in a row where we've not seen any incidents, which... bit dull, isn't it, really? Odd smash here and there. Always spices it up a bit. So the Red Bulls are still out there. But, yeah, anyone tuning in now, it's not a Red Bull 1-2. Even though it says Verstappen Perez 1-2. Don't click off the stream again thinking same as always, because they're not 1-2. They're temporarily 1-2 until they pit. Realistically, they're about 6th, 7th. The Red Bull 1-2 days are over. So we've got Sainz being hunted down by Hamilton for 6th. What else is going on? So Norris is 1.7 behind Piastri. The Red Bulls are still out there yet to stop. Verstappen being told he can pick up the pace. To be fair, Perez is keeping up with Verstappen. 2.5 seconds between Verstappen and Perez on the same tyres. Good. Good. Sergio Perez needs a strong weekend in relation to his teammate. That is for sure. But look at this. Hamilton all over the back of Carlos Sainz for P6 then. And Leclerc within DRS of Norris. He's still in the conversation for winning this race, Charles Leclerc. I can't believe it. Didn't the safety car have a shunt? Oh, you did, yeah. It did, yeah. A couple of people have shown me that. I was like, what is this? I don't know. I don't know if the rear tires locked and it spun into the wall. I think it was on Thursday when they were just doing like a little recce of the track with the safety car. Yeah, I was binned it. First time I've ever seen a safety car in the wall. Yeah, first time for everything. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Embarrassing for whoever was driving. I don't know if it was Bert Mylander or whether it was a co-pilot or whoever, but that's an embarrassing one, that. I don't know. Safety car in the wall on Thursday afternoon was not something I'd ever expect to see. Perez shouldn't be allowed to ride a moped. No. Perez, yeah. Perez has had an absolute shocker of a season. But maybe today is the first sign that he's turning it around a little bit. He needs to. Bottas still out there in the Sauber. Was briefly in the points, but won't finish in the points. Alonso goes down the inside and gets P10 off the Sauber drivers. So Verstappen is still out there on lap 22, but he is being told to pit now. Norris is 1.6 behind Piastri. That'll become the battle for the lead when the Red Bulls pit. We've then got Leclerc still within DRS range of Norris. Sainz is, with these pit stops, has ended up 10 seconds behind his teammate. He's under pressure from Hamilton. Then 4.5. Then you've got the gap to Ocon. Russell's not really had a great day with the early contact at turn 1. But there we go. The temporary race leader, Max Verstappen, pits. And, it's a slow pit stop as well for Verstappen. Oh. Is this the championship starting to fall away? Is this Red Bull's dominance? Are we seeing a real changing of the guard here? Things are starting to fall apart for Red Bull, aren't they? Even the pit stops are now not crisp anymore. Even they've had to go on an alternate strategy and they've had a slow pit stop and they haven't got the pace to be on the podium here. I think this is a massive moment in the season, this race. I think this is where it started. If Norris wins the championship in December, we'll look back to Monza and go, this is where it started to fall apart for Max and Red Bull. We really will. This is where we'll go. This is where the tides really turned. Look at this. All of a sudden, the pit stops are not clean. You know, they've had 2.5, 3 years of perfect pit stops, Red Bull. Now that he's slightly off the pace, they're on an alternate strategy, and now they do a slow pit stop. It's all just snowballing. It's all just snowballing for Red Bull. And I just wonder whether the momentum in this championship is really changing here this afternoon. You know, up until now, I think the Lando Norris championship bid has been an outside bet. Up until now. I think this is the race where it really comes alive. this is the race where the Lando Norris Championship bid goes from a nice fan theory outside possibility to this could really happen. This could really happen. This is it now. This is where the tide's turned, in my opinion. I know McLaren have won 2 or 3 races before this, or whatever, but this is a different kind of vibe here. It doesn't feel like Verstappen's in the fight. It doesn't feel like whatever Verstappen does here, it doesn't feel like he's got a chance of a podium. And that's the first time I can think of a scenario like that for a long time. Now, the thing is, Verstappen's definitely doing a 2-stop. Well, it's a 2-stop race then for everybody, because Verstappen's gone hard tyre to hard tyre, so he's got to stop again. If you don't know, there's 3 compounded tyres in every race, a soft, a medium, and a hard, and you have to use at least 2 of those 3 in a race. So you can go soft and then medium, or you can use a medium and then a soft, or a medium and then a hard. You can do, but you have to use 2 out of the 3. Verstappen has started on the hard tyres, pitted, and come out on a set of hard tyres. So that means by the regulations, he has to pit again, which I know is obvious to long-time Formula 1 fans, but there might be some people out there watching this that don't know that rule. So it's a 2-stop race. Plot twist, Perez does a crash gate to let Verstappen win at the end. Yeah, no. Well, that would turn the tides. I think there's a conspiracy within Red Bull to oust Christian Horner. I think if Christian Horner was going to leave, he'd have left when there was all that controversy at the beginning of the season. In March, was it? Was it the first race? It was around the first or second race, wasn't it? Where there was all this thing about inappropriate workplace. I can't even remember what it was, but I think if Horner was going to be ousted, I think it would have happened then. The fact that he clung on, and it's now all been brushed under the carpet, or he's been cleared, or whatever. He survived that storm, so I think Christian Horner's all right now. He survived the storm. How did the safety car crash? Not today. It wasn't today. I think it was on Thursday or Friday, Kim. But they were doing a little reconnaissance laps in the safety car, just to check everything's up to safety standards or whatever they do, pre-race checks. And he's gone into the wall. From what I saw from the video clip, he locked the rear tyres and just spun up a big shunt. So yeah, a bit of an embarrassing one. I've never seen the safety car crash before, put it that way. Anyway, we are at mid-race distance then. We are about to start lap 27 of 53. And Oscar Piastri leads Lando Norris by 2.2 seconds. Norris is out of DRS range from the threat of Charles Leclerc as well. Leclerc 1.6 behind Norris. Then Sainz. Well, what I said. What did I say? McLaren 1-2, Ferrari 3-4. Go back an hour. I mean, we're still at half race distance, so it's not. But anyway, that's not an outlandish prediction. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for McLaren. What they do in the second half of this race, whether they try and do it in a subtle way where they favour. Look at the ride height sensor on Alonso's Aston Martin there. Just to go off on a tangent, but yeah, I think maybe McLaren will try and do it in a subtle way. Look at this, we've got Daniel Ricciardo versus Pierre Gasly, the battle for P14. Go on then, Danny. Oh, is he going to have a look to the inside? He is. Oh, no. And Gasly locks up and goes across the chicane. What's he gonna do? He's given the position. All right, it's only for 13th, only for 14th. So, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, McLaren might try and do the subtle switch by giving Norris an undercut, and so basically favouring Norris with the pit stop strategy, and then they get him ahead in the pit stops rather than having to do the awkward team radio messages of let him through and trying to put that in some sort of code, and it could get weird. It could get weird, this. I don't think they can afford to let Piastri win the race. As disappointing as that sounds, I think from McLaren's point of view, I don't think they can afford Piastri to win the race, because you just don't know how close it's going to be at the end of the season. And with Verstappen down in P6, you have to take the biggest bite out of Verstappen's championship lead as you can. You have to take the biggest bite of that lead, and the way to do that is to have Lando Norris win the race. And so it is now about how they construct that. Yes, Brownie, how we doing, bro? Welcome in, mate. Not quite got the football brain of Mancini, but I'll take it. Yeah, we've got a potentially awkward situation coming up for McLaren here. At least for them, now the threat of Leclerc seems to be fading away a little bit. Luckily for them, because if Leclerc's in the mix, then that adds a complication that they can't deal with. So the fact that Leclerc is dropping off the back of Norris now does simplify things for them. Look at that then. Move from Daniel Ricciardo up to 13th then. So Ricciardo on a bit of a charge has passed Gasly and Bottas in the last couple of laps. As ever, the battle in the midfield rages on. Magnussen almost let himself get in a chance of getting a penalty points, which could then lead to a race ban. Oh yeah, Magnussen's been on the cusp of getting a race ban for a while, hasn't he? Yeah. I think, hasn't Magnussen been on the cusp of getting a race ban since like Monaco? So Kevin Magnussen's had to keep himself out of trouble for the last 7 or 8 races just so he doesn't get banned. Talk about living life on the edge. Yeah. And he has been quiet, just thinking about it. I've not really mentioned Kevin Magnussen the last few races. He has been keeping himself to himself, really. He's not been his usual. Mind you, he got shoved off into the gravel in Zandvoort last week, didn't he, Kevin Magnussen? I mean, he was the one bullied off. He's had to behave himself. Yeah, since Miami, yeah. So he's had to behave himself a bit as Kevin Magnussen. But it's been difficult for him not to go elbows out for P17 and all that. Actually, he's doing quite well. He's in P12 at the minute, Kevin Magnussen. I don't know what the pit stops are saying, but... So we're what are we, 23 laps to go? Oh, Colapinto's got a move done. Go on, then. Colapinto passes Pierre Gasly. Nice little debut, this, for the Argentinian driver. P15. Okay. He's already doing better than Logan Sargent ever did. Well, that might be a bit of a stretch, but he's not doing bad, is he? Grand Theft Magnussen. Yeah. I mean, people kind of forgot about Magnussen being very close to it. I did. I am one of them. Yeah, I am the people. I forgot about that. Yeah. I don't think we've ever, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, I don't think we've ever seen a race ban actually handed out. Have we? Has anyone ever been given a race ban with this point regulation? Oh my God, we've got Russell versus Perez here. for P7, and Russell's had to have been forced off cut across the chicane. And now we go side by side round the curve of Grande. Russell's got to give the position back now, surely. Right, now here we go again. What are we going to do then? Perez on the inside, Russell on the outside, and Perez keeps the position. Perez keeps P7, but he's under big pressure from George Russell. Oh, Norris has made a mistake. Oh, McLaren, what are you going to do there? Oh, Norris has made a mistake, and all of a sudden, Charles Leclerc's all over his gearbox. Oh, this is not a simple afternoon for McLaren, this. It's not a simple afternoon for Lando Norris either. Oh, this is not plan A for McLaren, even though it is a 1-2 on the... Oh, Grosjean in 2012. Wow. Grosjean got a race ban. Who did a race in that car? Heikki Kovalainen. That'll be my guess. Did Heikki Kovalainen do a race in that? I mean, that going back for 12 years there, but anyway, it's not by the by. Jerome D'Ambrosio. You're right. How did you get that name? You plucked that name out of the absolute ether. Plucking the name Jerome D'Ambrosio out in 2024 is a hell of a move. You're right. And I can picture it now you've said it. I can picture it. Anyway, we're on a nostalgia trip with that. Wow. What a shout. You got 1 shot and 3 beers left. Oh. Ask me later, Kim. Not now. No, I know. I've got to be some resemblance of a human being tomorrow because I'm back at work again. No, I've got to be I'll be throwing up anyway. No, I'm chilling out today. Yeah. No, last night was all in. I've gone all in, Kim. That's it. Russell's closing back up on Sergio Perez for P7. So what's the situation? So Norris is pitted then. Whilst I've been talking about Jerome D'Ambrosio getting a one-off race 12 years ago. So Norris is pitted. And now it is about reacting to that. That's where I've got mixed up with Sean. Hey, Kovalainen subbed in that Lotus for Kimi. That's where I got me wires twisted. Yeah. That's it. So I knew I could picture Kovalainen in that Lotus, but anyway. I keep going down a tangent that you're sending me down, but I need to go back on to what's happening here and now. Because that tangent could last for the rest of the stream. It's probably not a good idea. Right, so Norris is pitted. He's back out there. So the strategy has been medium, hard, hasn't it, for the majority of the field, unless you're Red Bull or, a couple of the other drivers. But the general sort of plan A has been medium, hard. So Russell's in to back up my point and goes medium, hard. 4.2 second stop, so it's not a perfect stop, but it's not a disaster either. So Leclerc hasn't pitted then. Interesting. So only Russell's reacted to the Norris pit stop. Everyone else has fancied going a bit longer. For Norris, he cannot make these tiny mistakes. I know. It's just adding complication that McLaren don't need. Apologise for the delayed response. You're in and out. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm sure Kim will forgive you. So, replay on board with George Russell versus Sergio Perez. He doesn't try it from there. No, he doesn't. He just gets... He dipped a wheel into the... We're seeing a lot of that today. We're seeing a lot of drivers dipping a wheel into the grass on the entry of a corner. And kicking up a load of dirt. Oh, Kevin Magnussen has gone for a move as well. Seeing a replay of that. That's... Yeah, that was a bold one for Kevin Magnussen. And he's done Alexander Albon and forced Albon to cut the corner, which is just elbows out. And you either get out of my way or we have a collision. It's your choice. And that is Kevin Magnussen summed up. I am going down the inside. You either deal with that and move out of the way, or we have a collision. The choice is yours. I do kind of like that about Kevin Magnussen. He doesn't give a damn. Because you know what he did? There's ways to overtake, and Kevin Magnussen's ruthless with it. Because he's overtaken Albon there, and he's not even giving any resemblance of any space on the inside for the left-hander. He's just gone straight for the apex. Whereas if you're racing fairly, yeah, you might go down the outside, and if it's a chicane that goes right-left, you're going to stay to the right, knowing that he's going to be there, and come out of the second part of the chicane, side by side, but you've got the run. Kevin Magnussen says, I'm not a bit of it. I'm going for the apex, and you better not be there. And, you know, that's why he's in Formula One and I'm talking about it, because he's ruthless. Oh, wow. I love to see it, to be fair. I do love to see it. You've got to have a bit of that. I've always said Kevin Magnussen in a championship contending car would be chaos. And I would love to see it. I'll never see it, but I would have loved to. Kevin Magnussen fighting for a world championship would have been box office. Everyone would have been in the wall, mate. I'd have loved to have seen that, but we'll never see it. I'll just have to imagine it. You're cooking as well. I daren't ask you, Kim, what the Old Firm score was. I'm not even going to go there. Because it'd probably be a bigger embarrassment for United in a couple of hours anyway, so it's not even worth... You know, I can't be getting a one-up on you because it could be an embarrassing scoreline later on. Not that confident, if you can't tell. But, yeah, Verstappen Team Radio then. When it's possible to defend, do you want me to race him? Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, so here we go. Here's the championship showdown. Norris, having pitted for a second time, is now catching Max Verstappen and is on the back of him. How hard does Verstappen defend this? I'm going to guess pretty hard. This could get... I wouldn't like to be in Lando Norris's position here. Because Verstappen, from Verstappen's point of view, contact between Verstappen and Norris benefits Verstappen. And I would not like that. I would not like that. If I'm Lando Norris coming up on the back of Verstappen, Verstappen's out of the hunt for the win. He's a pit stop. Norris is effectively a pit stop ahead of Verstappen, 20-odd seconds. So it benefits Verstappen to defend it. I wouldn't like to be in Lando Norris's seat right now. I'd be worried. I'd be coming up to the back of Verstappen thinking, oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, please. Please, let it go. Please, don't do anything stupid unless you're being framed. You know, one of them. Oh, God. You're cooking. Yeah, you're cooking. I think you finished P5 and it's got you up to second in the championship. Do join me for that as well. I'll be live tomorrow night probably for the Viewers' Championship. Everyone that types a message in chat gets entry into a virtual 2-hour race. And so if you are watching but you never typed in chat, get a message in, and you'll be in the Viewers' Championship round 16. Whoa, George Russell, and that's a late defence from Sergio Perez. And yeah, George Russell gives it the rude sort of no space on the exit, and I don't blame him for that. But Sergio Perez is going to try and fight him back here. That was naughty from Perez. And look at this. Perez has got the place back, but Russell's got the inside heading into the second chicane. And Russell does eventually get the position then. Russell passes Perez for P8. And Piastri's in the pits from the lead. Another slow stop. What? Lando needs to be clever here. We know how aggressive. Exactly. You've got to be clever. Lando Norris has got to be clever. So here we go then. So Piastri's come back out into the lead of the race. Well, you've got the Ferraris are still out there. So it's effectively right now a Ferrari 1-2. It shouldn't stay like that. Piastri's effectively in the lead. You've then got Verstappen, who's yet to stop, in the middle of a McLaren sandwich, and Lando Norris coming up behind him. Ooh, this is you gotta treat the back end of that car like the hind legs of a donkey. You gotta be careful what you do here, trying to overtake Verstappen. You've got to be careful here. This could get rowdy. Norris has got DRS. We need to go back to live pictures. We're seeing a replay of Russell down the inside of Perez, but we don't need to be seeing this. We need to see the live pictures of Norris versus Verstappen, because they're the two championship contenders and they're about to go wheel to wheel on lap 40 of 53 at the Italian Grand Prix, and we're watching replays. Give us the live pictures. Here we are. Verstappen versus Norris. This is the battle of the modern era. Oh, just do it on the straight here now. But you've got to give him space. Oh, this is dodgy. If I'm a Norris fan here, careful. Oh, Verstappen's going to obviously defend as hard as possible. Oh, this is an awkward situation. Oh my God, you can't even breathe if you're a Norris fan right now. It is hold your breath. Verstappen's defending the inside. It's got to be the cleanest of clean moves for Lando Norris. It's got to be halfway down the pit straight and giving him a full track width. You know what I mean? He's got to do it soon. He's got to do it. Not into Ascari. Oh, Verstappen defends into Ascari. Oh, this is... oh, God. No, well, he will do, Flabby, but it's how easy Verstappen makes it. He will. He's got to do it now. And it's got to be done halfway down. This is it. It's got to be done halfway down the straight now. This is the moment. If Norris doesn't get past Verstappen now, we're in a serious situation here. He's got to do it now. Verstappen defends it. Norris is on the outside. He needs to get ahead before they hit the braking zone. Verstappen tries it round the outside, and he's almost dipped a wheel into the grass, but Norris gets through. Norris is through cleanly and safely, and we can breathe. Oh, that was tense. That was extremely tense, and I'm not even a Norris or Verstappen fan, but that was extremely tense. And Norris is through. Verstappen, to be fair, Verstappen didn't get dirty with it, and I thought that he might. To be fair to Max Verstappen there, he didn't get underhanded with it. I honestly thought he just might. So fair play. I have to give it to Max. He took the L, fair and square. He gave it a good fight, but he didn't get naughty with it. And I thought he might get naughty with it, but he did have a go. But Norris is safely through, back up into what effectively will be second. The Ferraris are still out there. So, hang on a minute then. So I'm only just clocking onto this. Ferrari are trying to one-stop, aren't they? Exactly, Gav. This is exactly what I'm thinking. And the answer to that is no. And I should have clocked onto this 10 laps ago, so my apologies. I am just now realising that Ferrari are trying a one-stop. Because they started on the mediums, didn't they? And they're on the hard. So, Ferrari... And now Martin Brundle. At least I was 30 seconds ahead of Martin Brundle. Can you ask for more than that? So that's it. Yeah, Ferrari are rolling the dice on a one-stop. So it is about... In the words of Stu, just fucking drive fast. I love it. Yeah, so, okay. And this is the best option for Ferrari. This is all they can do. And I like it. Yeah. Good idea. Leclerc for the win on a one-stop. Yeah, I hope it... Yeah. A Russell in Spa kind of a situation, except for don't get disqualified half an hour after the race finishes. But yeah, no, I like it from Ferrari. You know, mate, if Piastri's going to win this, the thing is, for McLaren as well, they've got to forget about the team orders at the moment. They've got Ferrari to worry about now. I think it's just... I think they can put to the back seat now about Norris over Piastri. You can shelve that for the time being. You've got to beat Ferrari first before you even consider any sort of team orders. You've got to beat Ferrari. And Ferrari are doing a one-stop. They've got 10 laps to go, and McLaren are going to be hunting them down. Nice race. Good race, this. You know, not in terms of, like, incidents, chaos, carnage, and... But in terms of strategies and competitive racing at the front, which is still yet to be resolved, yeah, no, this is a good race. Zandvoort wasn't. Zandvoort I gave a generous 4 out of 10 to. This is much better. Much better. Has Lisa Lam been in? I've not seen her, no. No, I've not seen her. Not that I've seen Kim, no. Interesting alternate strategy from Ferrari, this. I must admit. It's hats off, mate. Yes, Ernesto! Rough night. Yeah, rough late night. Same here, dude. Yeah, if this race had been midday, well, there'd have been no Viewers' Championship tomorrow because there'd have been no stream. Put it that way. But here we go. So, yeah, welcome in. Better late than never, Ernesto, because it does get you in the Viewers' Championship race tomorrow night. She's having a sleepathon. Oh, yeah. She stayed up for 2 days straight in it, so don't blame her. But, yeah, so the situation here is, for anybody just joining the stream, Ferrari are 1-2 in the race on a one-stop strategy. Oscar Piastri on fresh tyres is hunting down the pair of them and is all over the back of Carlos Sainz now. With 9 laps to go, it is Ferrari versus McLaren for the win of the Italian Grand Prix in 2024. Piastri's driven a good race, and Ferrari driven a good race as well. Norris has made a couple of mistakes, you know. Front left is nearly gone, but I guess we try. Well, yeah, exactly, Carlos. Exactly. You know, his tyres are clinging on, but you might as well roll the dice. You know, this is the only chance they've got to... Hang on a minute. Leclerc might have a big enough buffer here. Leclerc's got 11.5. This is brilliant, actually. This is brilliant from Ferrari. And for every second that Piastri's stuck behind Sainz, the odds of a Charles Leclerc victory get stronger and stronger and stronger for every moment that Oscar Piastri is being held up here. And he does go for the move now, as I was talking about that, and Piastri gets the move done. And it is now an 11.7 second gap that Piastri's got to make up on Charles Leclerc in what? 7 laps to make up 11.5 seconds and pass him for the win. What a race this is. Sunday it is, Dougie. Welcome in, mate. I mean, I don't know what state and condition you're in, but I made it. And you've made it before the end. So at least I'll give you that one. Because what a night. Always been a Piastri fan. Me, what a race, a great race. You slimy. You slimy flabby G. Switching it up from Verstappen to Piastri mid-race because you know he's... I know you're just having it. You're on the troll mode. What a win. If Leclerc wins this, mate, what a drive. I honestly don't think Piastri's going to make that gap up. It's an incredible... I tell you what, if Leclerc wins this, it's incredible. I think he will. This is unbelievable, this. No, I think Science will drop further. Science will end up 4th. I think we're looking at a Leclerc, Piastri, Norris podium here. Will McLaren swap? I mean, Norris is now all over the back of Carlos Sainz for 3rd. Now, then the question has to be asked. Piastri's not catching Leclerc. Leclerc's won this race. I can't believe this. Leclerc's going to win this race. And I tell you what, they've just put on the screen there, vote driver of the day. If it's not Charles Leclerc, I don't know whoever it's going to be. This is unbelievable. This is massive respect to Ferrari and Charles Leclerc here. To beat McLaren, I mean, the gap's coming down. It's 9.7, so I don't count my chickens, but the laps are going to run out. There's 6 laps to go. Now, the question's going to be, and I don't think they'll do it, the question's going to be, when Norris gets past Sainz, do they swap the McLarens so that they have Norris finishing 2nd and drop Piastri to 3rd? I don't think they'll do that. Interesting where you draw that line, isn't it? When it's for the win, you do it, but when it's for 2nd, you don't. But I think that's where you do draw the line. I don't think you do it. And there he goes. There he goes. It's like candy from a baby. But Lando Norris passes Carlos Sainz into turn 1. And Norris is now up to 3rd. Right. Now McLaren have got a bit of a head scratcher now. Piastri's not catching Leclerc. What a strategy. What a race from Ferrari this is. They're not gonna swap him, I don't think. Where's Verstappen? Verstappen's 6th. Norris 3rd. So it'll be a bit of a swing. What do you get? 15 points for 3rd. 12, 10. What, 8 points for 6th? Yeah. No, swap them round, no. See, this is it. This is exactly what I've just been saying. It's exactly what David Croft is saying now. Do they swap Piastri and Norris round 2nd and 3rd? Because Leclerc's got this covered. Leclerc's got this won. And I can't believe it. It's one of the best drives I've seen in a very long time if Leclerc wins this. Against a McLaren that is dominant. Oh, what a race for the Tifosi and the Ferrari fans and everybody. Look at this, and Max is having to re-engage his team, saying, I know this is a crap position, but we need to get everything we can out of it. Fantastic races. Fair play to Colapinto, though. He's P13 and on the lead lap. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. I think he's done better than what Logan Sargent would have done. And Logan Sargent's had 18 months practice. So, yeah, big ups. That's worth a mention. Franco, before the race ends, Franco Colapinto, brilliant. But Ferrari. This is unbelievable. Listen to the crowd. What an atmosphere. I can't believe this. You can't believe, you can literally hear the crowd roar. This is incredible. I can't believe this. Charles Leclerc and Ferrari have absolutely pulled a strategy from the gods. And McLaren can do nothing about it. Unbelievable. What an atmosphere as well. You can literally... Leclerc is coming round Parabolica and the crowd is roaring, mate. This is not something you see every week. This is a special race. This is a special event, this. This is not a one of the... This is not just a one... You know what I mean? One of the bottle. I believe this is a special one. This is not a race of the bottle. You know what I mean? It isn't. This is different. This race hits different. No, it's a special victory for Ferrari, this. Without a doubt, Sean. Without a doubt. It is full respect. This is a great race from... Piastri can't do anything about it. Norris can't do anything about it. They've been done. McLaren here, with the fastest car and a 1-2 start on the grid, have been done by Ferrari. Yeah. Unbelievable. Ferrari at home, they always pull something out of the bag, you know. Even in Fernando Alonso's day, where they were the third, fourth fastest car, you know, they used to slap a 1-2 at home. Ferrari always managed to cook something up, and this is the best of them all. Because really, you run this race 100 times in a row, 99 times. You know, if you simulate this race 100 times, 99 times, McLaren are getting a 1-2 out of this. And this is that one special one where they get beat through a perfect strategy and a perfect drive from Charles Leclerc. No, this is a job. They've done a job on McLaren here. Unbelievable. It is, Sean, one of the best strategies Ferrari's ever made. And listen, this race, it's not had the carnage, the chaos, the havoc and the safety cars and the smashes, but it has had one of the best one-stop strategies I've ever seen and one of the best drives I've ever seen. And the fact that it's at the home race of Ferrari... Unbelievable, this. You know, McLaren were busy. I never considered, really, that Leclerc was Oh, this is fantastic. And McLaren were looking at themselves, and throughout the race have been talking about, oh, are they going to swap which McLaren's going to win? You know, that's been the whole vibe since yesterday. Which McLaren's going to win? Which McLaren is it going to be? Are they going to swap them around? Are they going to... And meanwhile, Ferrari have gone, yeah, keep talking. Keep talking. Because the longer you look at each other, we can just slip under the radar and pull a phenomenal race out of the bag. And that is exactly what this is. He's on the final lap. I mean, fair play. Piastri's been hunting him down. The gap's 3.7, so Piastri's within touching distance. You know, Leclerc better be careful he doesn't lock a brake in the final lap. He's under a bit of pressure, but masterstroke. Absolute Ferrari masterstroke this has been. Oh, it's a master plan, this is. And what I tell you what as well, what a season this is turning into. After the first 4 or 5 races, I was writing it off. What a season we're having here. In all respect, this is 10 times better than last year and 10 times better than 22. No, this is a brilliant. And Charles Leclerc. Unbelievable. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Charles Leclerc comes round the final corner to win the Italian Grand Prix in a Ferrari at home and beats McLaren. And McLaren, with the dominant car, have lost this race to a phenomenal strategy and a phenomenal drive from Charles Leclerc here. And do not underrate Charles Leclerc, because I certainly do. And I'm the first to admit that I certainly do underrate Charles Leclerc. But he has pulled out the drive of his career today. The drive of his career. What a win that is. What a win from Leclerc and Ferrari that is. They pulled it exactly. Martin Brundle's could sum it up. They pulled this one out of the bag. They have pulled a rabbit out of the hat here. Phenomenal. I tell you what, there's been a few good races this season now. We can forget about the first 5, but since then, there has been some good races this season. And this is another one. This is another absolute banger. Oh, unbelievable. What a season this is, man. This is becoming a hell... I'm telling you now, this is becoming a hell of a season, this. Unbelievable. It's an absolute... I can't believe it. I can't believe that Charles Leclerc has won this Italian Grand Prix. Well, I wonder who driver of the day is going to be. There's only one. There's only one driver of the day. There's only one driver of the day. And it's Lance Stroll. No. Obviously Leclerc driver of the day. Now, rate the race is more difficult. Rate the race. 9. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for me. Obviously, my rate the race is as in only my personal opinion. 9 out of 10. For a 10, you know, if you sat there thinking, well, this is an unbelievable. for a 10, you have to have that bit of a chaos. You know, that a bit of a, oh my God, that then, you know, it's a 9. It's a 9. What a race. I can't believe it. Cheers, Todd. Thanks, Ernesto. Cheers, JJ. I was nearly in tears at the start of the season. I was nearly in tears then when Charles Leclerc was on the team radio. Nah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Charles Leclerc drive the day, rate the race, 9 out of 10. A fantastic Italian Grand Prix. Cheers, Flabby, mate. I appreciate everybody. And yeah, everybody that's got a message in live chat, you'll all be entered into the Viewers' Championship. Again, we've got another healthy grid. You know, I know the streams don't get 1 billion views, but, you know, I have a very loyal group. I have to thank each and every single one of you that I have a loyal, you know, group that come back each and every race, and it makes the Viewers' Championship possible, and I can't ask for more than that, because at least I'm not racing myself. We've got a grid of 3 for the Viewers' Championship. You know what I mean? At least we get, you know, we're getting a good solid grid of 20 odd people that join every stream, and I can't thank you all enough for that. So big ups to all of you. Big ups to Ferrari. What a day for them. Oh, and what a race. You know, just enjoy the pictures. If you are watching a race, I would just enjoy. I'm not even going to, I can't put it into words. This is an emotional, on a serious human level, this is an emotional win, this. Against the odds, at home, Ferrari have won the Italian Grand Prix. It's an emotional one. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining. And please do join me tomorrow night. It'll probably be 11 p.m, so it's a late night one. But please do join me tomorrow night for round 16 of the Viewers' Championship. And what a race and what a season we are having. And Charles Leclerc has won the Italian Grand Prix. Thank you all so much for being in the stream. And I will see you for Viewers' Championship tomorrow. Bye for now. What a race. Unbelievable.